Hey, I want to talk about truth for a second. And what I mean by truth, I don't mean just not lying. I'm talking about like living for truth, living in truth, living with truth. Now, clearly, if you know who I am, you know that I'm a follower of Christ. And he claimed to be, and I believe him to be, the way, the truth, and the life. Now, going along with that, I think in our society we have this distortion of truth. We believe that our truth is truth. We have this thing where feelings and emotions or how we experience life is the absolute truth. And that is wrong. That is incorrect. Especially with this whole concept of subjective or relative truth, where we believe that my truth is my truth and you can't tell me anything different. True that it may be that I can't tell you anything different, but you'll be living a lie. If you are a true person, if you are a person who is looking for truth, who wants to experience life through the lens of truth, then you have to be true to yourself first. Let's be honest. Lying or claiming that something that's not true to be true weakens you. And I'm not talking about just morally. It weakens you neurologically, it weakens you physiologically, it weakens you the psychoanalysts believe that it weakens you in the mental as well. It's not something that's just arbitrarily damaging to you. It is damaging to your existence in general. We can disregard the concept that, the idea, which is true, that lying is a sin. But just behind the concept of you're creating a false reality, you're not just and your body doesn't know the difference. It's going to believe it to be true even though it's not. And the problem with that is that if you pull and bend and change the fabrics of reality by lying, you're not only making yourself weak, you're making the fabrics of reality weak because you're living a idea or a concept that is untrue. And things that are untrue aren't solid. Things that are untrue are an illusion and they don't hold substance. And if something has no substance, it has no weight. And if it has no weight, it is nothing. And if you're living as if your truth is true and it is not, and you're telling a lie, you're living for nothing. You're living with nothing. You're living with a falsehood. And you can say that, well, I mean, at least I'm experiencing the reality I want to experience. That may be true, but as soon as one thread is pulled from that, it will come crashing down. This is why people have depression. This is why people end up with thoughts of suicide. Not the reason, but a reason to some degree why you are not happy with your reality. You are an avatar living a falsehood and you know it's not you, and your body, mind, and soul know that what you're living is not true. But there's a solution. Christ tells you that he's the truth. If you live for Christ and allow him to sit on the throne of your heart, he will change that reality for you. He will change your heart and your mind to align with his, which is truth. And then now you have a foundation, a stable foundation to stand and walk on, and your reality becomes more solid. You start to live as if, and not as if, but as this is true, as my life is true, and what I am aiming at is the highest. The problem with living on truth is that you're digging yourself a hole and you're living a lie. You're aiming downward. And if you're aiming downward, that means you're destroying yourself. Aiming downward is decay. It is not rebuilding. It is not building. You're destroying the very fabric of your reality by living a lie, or telling a lie, or thinking a lie. You have a blessed day.